of the summit, so 100 days more plus would be going it. Okay, we have students across 9 countries. So that's what our spread over of community is all about. So when we talk about our transformation programs, we call it mastermind. And we have 3 different mastermind programs at a first level, which we help people in transformation. So that would be young for kids, ultimate for everyone, and the senior citizens. That is 50x, we call it. People who need reviving their career, get back into consulting, or in whatever way we can help them. We give them an opportunity to explore, learn, transform, and think what they can do more in life. Because 50 is not it's just a number. We need to do a lot from it. Making transformation education affordable. So we have kept up rising, thinking about, reaching to the basic need of the people where the financial, the costing is kept in mind. Become everyday in every way. So from first level, when we go to the second level, we have these 3 senior programs, level 2, that is Coach Mastermind, Corporate Mastermind, and Entrepreneur Mastermind, where we coach corporates. We help them in scaling up their business. Entrepreneurs, we help them in scaling their mindset and running their companies. And coach, if somebody wants to become a coach at a very senior level, we help them with techniques and skill sets of a good coach. So here we have with the beautiful program of 5 a.m. Club. That's what we started off with. Possible, powerful 60 minutes daily rituals to empower yourself to be in action. So we start with gratitude practice, recollection memory, goal writing, vision board, daily to-do list, act of kindness, create excitement, laughter, stretching, and meditation. It's a free entry, 5 a.m. We have India and Dubai. Do join us. It's a beautiful platform where people are seeing magical things happening in their life, in transformation, habit formation, and keeping them positive. So here is a beautiful screen with all the members of the mastermind. It's a graduation program of mastermind, a screenshot that we have with us, where, as I said, we have a paid mastermind transformation program, which to enlighten the community with our founders, Faisal Ibrahim and Yash Rawat, the young, energetic, powerful people who are running the show with the thought of giving it to the community. So here is a beautiful team with Faisal, Yash, Naina, Rajiv, me, Sudeepa, Vinita, Arva, Prashanti, Misbah, Divakar, Shana, Rahul, Jisni, and Pandya. So we are spread across, the whole team is basically from UAE and India, very energetic, giving to the community. And guess what? What we are doing today, we would be going live on YouTube, as we are already live there. It's an online daily conversation as a challenge, what we have taken for 100 days, 100 speakers, areas of your life and business. We have divided every day into different segment areas of life. And that's how we are trying to enlighten people with the knowledge, the changes which is coming, whether it is a transformational change in your life or in business. What is new? What is changing? What you need to upgrade yourself? That is all about. So that's how it's an online interaction, and people who are not able to join us online, they watch our recordings on YouTube or on live on YouTube. So Saturday, as I said, we have divided every segment into different weekdays. So Saturdays, we have Entrepreneur, that's with Faisal and Anjali. Fun Family and Relationship with Sudeepa and Naina. Monday is with me and Divakar. Online plus digital, that's with Yash and Shana. Personal growth Learning and Development. That's with Rajiv Saransena. Experts Online Conversation, Career and Employment, Rahul and Vinita. Health with Mithun and Arwa. So anybody who wants to be a speaker, now we are already full. We are just left with 9th. That's it. Otherwise, all days are full till 13th. And anybody wants to be a sponsor, sponsor us for future programs or assignments, or looking for any collaboration with Brainciti, do contact us on these numbers, or you can ping me also for more details. Hey, so I'm the host of the day. I'm a transformation coach and a business consultant with 15 years of experience and a director with Brainciti. And being into profession from last 15 years into BFSI, HR, marketing consulting, based out of Mumbai. And this is the moment, guys, what is the session is all about. Here is Bharath with us, a marketing specialist based out of Dubai, doing amazingly well. And he would help us how digital marketing can work on the business. So when it comes to, Bharath, he's an energetic guy with a lot of network experience. He also helps in, marketing professionals in trainings. Throughout his career, he is a researcher, has worked on diverse data studies across various sectors, and has successfully managed some of the largest clients around the world. With corporate experience of over 16 years, Bharath brings valuable insights, best practices of market research, business analysis, marketing, digital transformation, entrepreneur to his role to the marketing of the corporate group. Amazing. And the corporate group on marketing strategy, execution across all the subsidiaries. So thank you so much, Bharath, for coming here. And amazing to have a professional who's so focused and doing so well. And it's lovely. The platform is yours. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much for that wonderful introduction, Nidhi. Thank you to Brainciti for giving me the opportunity to be one of the speakers for this series of wonderfully empowering and enlightening talks that you're giving back to the community. People of all walks of life, people who are young, people who are old, everyone's able to absorb these little bits of our experience for their benefits. It's so humbling when you know that your experience can come in handy for someone else. These are paths that we have walked. These are mistakes that we have made. These are hundreds, thousands of dollars that we've put in. And from that learning, whatever we are able to give back to you should definitely see it's worth its weight in gold. We wouldn't want people to make the same mistakes. We wouldn't want them to go through the same learnings and then come out with the same wisdom that we have. Better to pick our brains and learn and be more efficient in business, as they say. So we're very glad to start off in that way. I'm going to try and keep this session as elementary as possible. I don't want to complicate things where it's required. Sometimes simplicity is the way to achieve what we really need to. We shouldn't confuse things. We shouldn't try to make things look like more scary than what they actually are. Things are very simple. So I'd like to take this session on how digital marketing can work for your business with 6 basic, very, very basic points. And trust me, all of these are very important. The first stage that I would like to start off with is by giving a very, very brief introduction to what digital marketing is. It's one of those words that gets abused very easily. Everyone says that everything is digital marketing. Some people say, I don't know what is digital marketing. Everyone's talking about it, but I don't know what it is. So it's so easy to be confused. It's like using the word business analyst. No one knows what's the designation about. No one knows what's the job description, but every company has one. So let's try to keep this simple. Uh, Digital marketing is, to put it very simply, the way that you use any digital technology, a platform, data, it could be a device, it could be anything, and you use that in a way to market your product or your service to your target audience. It comes as simple as that. If in any of these stages you don't use the digital method at all, you're using non-digital, manual, old school methods, then you're not following digital marketing. You're following conventional marketing, or you're following the old school way of marketing your product or your service. But if anywhere you're using a digital medium, or if your product itself is digital, or if your audience are digitally in front of you, like this webinar that you're having on Brainciti, if you had 25 people sit in a classroom about 25, 30 years ago, we wouldn't have been able to do it like this. It would have been a conventional session, training session. This is a digital session because people are in different parts of the world and we've all managed to connect on the same platform at the same time. So those are examples on how very elementary way of trying to understand what digital marketing is, which brings me to the first point on how it can work for your business. Let's be very clear. Digital marketing is easy to understand. People think digital marketing is very confusing. It's very complex. Some people say, I don't know if Facebook is digital marketing. I don't know if LinkedIn is digital marketing. I don't know if YouTube is digital marketing. All of these are digital marketing tools. They are digital marketing platforms and methods. Each one of them works in a different way, but each one of them is very easy to understand. You don't need no more than just an email ID. You don't need no more than just an account to make your digital marketing account for your organization. It's that simple. You can just start in a very, very simple way. Every platform or tool has its own FAQs. It has its own help section. They are available in multiple languages. So whether you're someone who speaks English, if you're someone who speaks Hindi, if you're someone who speaks Arabic, you should be easily able to understand what YouTube is about, what Facebook is about, what LinkedIn is about, and make it work for you. So the first advantage of having digital marketing for your business is that it's extremely easy to understand. Nobody used to understand what in conventional marketing, people didn't really know what kind of movies succeeded at the box office. Nobody knew what kind of songs ended up being memorable for people 25, 30 years ago. People didn't know which theaters would see crowds. People didn't know which cricketers used to score hundreds. Even today, while most of the people still don't know answers to these questions, all of us have ended up becoming more accurate predictors. We know that when Virat Kohli is going to go out to bat, we look at the conditions, we look at the opposition, we look at whether India is successful in chasing or whether India is successful in setting a target first. And we know that 80 times out of 100, we are going to win today. That accuracy was only 40 out of 100, 30 years ago, 40 years back. So we've become increasingly good at this as a species in how to arrive at our own, predictions. And that's the reason why it has increasingly made the common public, the common man, a lot more knowledgeable about what he speaks. Our opinions have started to become more important. Have we observed that? Let's start from our own homes. Many years back, the women of our house didn't have an opinion. Today, the women of our house have an opinion. Our child has an opinion. The grandmothers and the grandfathers at our home, they have an opinion. So it's not just the youngsters who are leading the family. It's everyone in the family who has an opinion. Why? Because each one of them, just like they have a different passport, just like they have a different vote, they have a different Facebook account. Each one can make their voice heard to the general public in a different way. They don't have to necessarily follow what the head of the family says. We're becoming more inclusive. We're becoming much more aware that everyone's opinion matters. Now, how does that simple philosophy translate to a business? It tells you that every customer is important for you. Gone are the days when you're defining your target group as a coat suit wearing 30 to 60-year business owner or second generation business owner who is coming to you to discuss your shipment, who is coming to you to discuss your consignment. That kind of definition in your head has now changed. Today, every customer is important for you. You need to know his name. You need to know her name. You need to know what their education is, what their interests are, what their preferences are, and you need to target them in that way, because every one of them potentially leads you to 10 more customers. They lead you to 20 more customers. And for that simple logic, you need to be able to understand the digital platforms and make it work for your business. So the first mantra is digital marketing has the traditional principles of marketing in place, and it's a very, very easy platform for you to start with. So my first request to everyone here and through this platform is get to know more about your own digital marketing accounts, your own social media accounts that you all have access to. If you have not used your LinkedIn account, please create one and please use one. If you have not used your Twitter handle, please create one, please use one. If you're on Facebook, you don't have a profile image, you've never sent out a single post, but you're connected only because you want to see the pictures of your sister's grandchildren who are there in the US. Please go ahead and at least make a comment on your opinion being heard in other places. Start using the platform, make yourself more comfortable, and you'll know how it works for your business. So point one, it's easy to understand. Let me take you to point number two. Anything that's simple to understand should also be simple to use, right? Sometimes that question doesn't really give you the answer as yes. People say it is easy for me to understand cricket, but it's not easy for me to play cricket. It's easy for me to understand social media, but sorry, I'm trying to use it. No, yeah, this is not for me. Many people give up. They see Facebook around them, but they don't want to get on it. They say, no, I click a button here. That button from today has disappeared. It's gone into the button on the top right 3 days later. Yes, things keep changing. We don't wear the same pagdi. We don't wear the same dhoti. We don't eat the same rotis. We don't eat the same sabjis every day. We need some variety, but food has to go in. Similarly, the layout might change. It's trying to keep you interested in them. But the functionalities are still the same. They're still there. It's just changed from one place to another. That means you need to keep exploring. You need to keep learning. And for that, you have your second advantage for your business. Digital marketing is easy to access. You have mobile phones in your home now. You have laptops in your home now. You have tablets. I've not seen many kids who don't have an access to either a mobile phone or a laptop or a tablet. And I'm talking about at least one generation after me. I'm not referring to my generation. It was 50-50 in my generation, but one generation after that, almost 80 to 90% of the kids at least have access. At least two kids have one laptop or two kids have one mobile phone, but they're doing it. So that means if people at the home can use social media so easily, what is stopping companies, businesses that are operating with hundreds of products, with thousands of services? Why can't these businesses implement digital marketing for their business? The answer is yes, you can. It's just a mindset change. And you can start because every company has laptops. Every company has official email IDs. You can create your own social media pages and you can start and you can make it work for your company. Anything that is easily accessible is anything that can easily work for you. Gone are the days when your government babus used to be sitting and make you work for 6 months standing in a line and getting your petition or your request heard to them. They made life difficult for you, but still you persisted. Today, something is being made very, very easily accessible to you in your own pocket. Please use it, please maximize it, and make the best use for your business. Your business would be the first one to benefit if you yourself can benefit out of these digital marketing platforms. So anything easy, anything accessible, both of these are huge strengths. They are huge plus points for your business. Go ahead and use them. If you say that I have a mobile phone, I don't know how to use it, that's a different matter. But you have a mobile phone with you, it's so easy for you to download a Facebook app. You can configure it to any number of accounts you want. Just sign out and sign in with a different account. That's it. You can check your own Facebook, you can check your company's Facebook, all on your mobile phone. And it's accessible. That you could not do this without digital marketing. You had to call your marketing guy, you had to wait for the 8 to 5 time period, you had to speak to him. He will say, I will check my files and my records and I will give you the number. He will tell you some number which comes from the air. For you to validate that number, it will take you more time. By the time you decide that, the season has passed, boss. Now the time is different. You can validate if your people are doing the work correctly or not. You can validate if your market is giving you the right response or not. And you know it because it's in your pocket. It's right with you always. Take it, use it, make the best of it. So, easy to understand was point one, easy to access is point two. Now, I'll tell you something that's going to nail the deal for you on digital marketing. You can start cheap. In some cases, you can start free. A Facebook account is free for you to set up for your business. A LinkedIn account is free to set up for your business. I'm not referring to you. I'm not referring to Bharat Shankar's Facebook account. I'm referring to, if Bharat Shankar was a company, Bharat Shankar Private Limited, my company's Facebook account is free. How many people know this? Yes, advertisements are paid. Advertisements were paid, advertisements on TV as well. Even today, they are paid on TV, on radio, everywhere. A single board you had to print on, put it up on a road, it is chargeable. Similarly, if you're advertising on Facebook also, it is chargeable. But for you to reach the same 1 million people through a conventional method of marketing, compare it to the cost of reaching 1 million people through a platform like Facebook. Which is cheaper? I will leave the businessmen, I will leave the people who are aware of social media on this group to tell me which one is cheaper. You can put your comments on the chat box. I can give you the assurance that the digital media platforms are a cheaper way to reach more people for your business. That means your marketing spend has just reduced. That's correct. I'm seeing responses like Facebook. Absolutely right. Facebook is one of the cheapest ways by which you can reach millions of people. Just put $10, $15, $20, $100, $2,000, whatever be the small number, depending on who you want to reach, in which geography, and where you can reach that many number of people with very, very small investments. You could not do this many years back. You needed lakhs and lakhs and crores of rupees for your advertising to happen. You needed big, big cricket men. You needed to have very, very different kind of ad campaigns. And those days, advertising and marketing was not even considered as important. People felt that why should I market my business? My product will speak for itself. Those were the days. Today, that is gone. Not only your product, everyone's product is good, boss. Everyone's product is good. How will you differentiate yours from them? There are many movies that are good, many movies that are good. How will you differentiate between a good actor and another good actor? Something has to be different in the way they are offering things to you, right? Many music directors, music is good. How will you differentiate between one and how will you differentiate between another? There has to be something that differentiates it. And that differentiation or uniqueness is easily brought out by social media. It makes you come directly in touch with the brands. Why? Because it's with your mobile phone. It's rightly accessible for you every day. So you can go ahead, you can use it, and it's free. You don't spend anything. Free Wi Fi, even in public places, which is directly linked to my fourth advantage for your business, personalization. How many times could you come up with advertisements that were personalized to one particular person? Let me randomly look at my screen here. I'm having different names on my screen. I'm having a Raghuraman Rao. I'm having an Alex Thomas. There is a Surender Sethi. There is a Professor H.S. Bhatia. There is Lalita. There is a Laurent Grandison. And there is a Nidhi. What I say, how do I customize it to each one of you? I can't. I'm saying something here, and all of you are listening to it. I have to add some things now and then, keeping a professor in mind. I have to add some things, keeping a Mr. Chelaya Mohan in mind. But I'm trying to do that in a different way on Facebook. Have you ever observed that if you do a Google search on hit movies from India and you search that from Delhi, you will get a different list of results. Sign in with your own Gmail ID, you will get a different set of results. Do the same search sitting in Dubai, you will get a different set of results. Do this with your Facebook account signed in and use a different tab on your browser, you will get a different set of results. This is the way by which each one of them is going to be receiving a very, very different kind of a message. That personalization at an individual level is the kind of success that digital marketing gives you. So remember, sometime back I said every customer is important. It even allows you to personalize your messages to each and every customer in a different way. I have here some content experts who are also available on this call today. I had the opportunity to have a very quick chat before this meeting started, and I spoke to a content expert. Content experts will validate what I'm saying, that it is very difficult to develop content keeping every individual in mind. But if you keep generating that content, Facebook will curate it and deliver it to you depending on what you prefer. If you choose to see news about Tendulkar, that is what you will see in your interests in Facebook. You will not see other unwanted things. If you're interested in Lata Mangeshkar, that is what you will see news about Lata Mangeshkar in your Twitter handle. So make your preferences set, and the social media will personalize its advertisings and offerings to you. How many TV ads can do that? So that's another big strength for digital marketing and how to make it work for your business. Now, all of these makes it sound like it's a lot of work, right? You should sit. There's a Facebook, there's a Twitter. Facebook works differently, Twitter works differently. I have to customize this, customize that. Don't worry, there is something called automation. So, my number 5 point for you, my fifth point is automate your work. There are so many ways by which you can do things and you can just forget about it. It's like a machine in a factory. It will keep running. Only periodically you just need to go and check. You don't need to be there for every single second, every single minute. You don't need to do that. For instance, you run an ad in a TV program in the ancient way of over TVs and over radios. If you are to run advertisements, manually you had to take care of every single time slot. You literally had people who inserted one ad now, they waited for the 20 seconds to finish, they inserted the next ad, they waited for the 20 seconds to finish. That was how manually TV programming was actually done earlier. Then they brought in a much more sophisticated way to do it. Things developed. You brought in TV software, you brought in digital ads. The whole concept became much more automated. Today, the media industry is running into trillions and trillions of dollars around the world. Why? Because technology, digital, and automation has helped it function. And that made the industry multiply its value. You can do the same. You can take the same example of logistics. You can take the same example of shipping, of trading, of media, of any industry you want. They have become 10 times, 20 times, 1,000 times, million times their value in years, simply because they've managed to automate and digitize what they've been trying to do. You should do the same for your business. Don't waste of your time having 25 staff on your roles when you can have just 10 people who are multi-skilled, who can have all the required knowledge, but you have the right tools. Now, the way by which businesses are running, they are trying to keep their staffing on a lean way, in a very lean and a very minimal way, but they are multi-skilled. Each one comes with multi-skilled ways. You can see that because I'll take the example once again with cricket. Every person in a cricket team doesn't come with a single skill. They have more than one skill. Even wicket keepers are batsmen nowadays. If they don't bat, they are not even considered or they are not even respected. Earlier, a wicketkeeper was only supposed to wear gloves and catch the ball behind the stumps. Now he should be able to take the bat as well. In some cases, captain the team. That means the last and final point that I'm trying to give as a mantra for how to make digital marketing work for your business is to track your success. It's easy to understand, yes. It's easy to access, yes. You can start cheap, you can start free, yes. You get personalization for you, and therefore each one's opinion gets counted. I agree. Automation is something that makes you multiply your value of your business, and social media platforms help you to do that. Correct. All these 5 points I've explained to you. But how do you track your success? All of these sounds very good, right? How do you know if $25 you've spent on Facebook has given you the result or not? You have proof from a TV channel which says that you have spent $5 million. I'll give you the proof that on which day, on which time your advertisement was telecast on my channel, and they'll give you a recording. So you got the proof. Now that is proof that the TV channel has telecast your ad. But do you have proof how many people saw your TV ad? You don't know. That was a risk you used to take earlier. That is exactly how movies and how the media industry used to work. People just delivered their content, they just waited for it to click. That's why good movies ended up flopping, bad movies ended up becoming hits. They don't know what made the film succeed. They don't know what made good films not to succeed. But social media is not like that. Social media curates its offering, personalizes its offering, and also helps you to track. You will know in which geography how many people have given you likes, how many people have given you shares, how many people have given you retweets, how many people have watched your video. You can break it down by geography, and you can find out how many people got added to your account every day. This is something which digital marketing allows you to do. In other words, they are transparent. Every day you can log into your account and find out how many new likes have come, how many new account users have got added. You can do this on a daily basis. You can even have a dashboard that tracks within a day, hour by hour also, it can help you to do it. So what am I trying to tell you? That as a business owner, when you have an account on Facebook for your company and it's accessible in your phone, on your pocket, and you are also able to track any ad campaign you have done or activity of your business, you tell me, what is stopping business owners from becoming hands-on as opposed to the earlier style of being hands-off? That you're just the one to invest the capital, someone else runs the business, someone else knows about your business more. That's why earlier you used to have a lot of cases of one important general manager in your company resigning, and he used to take all the staff and all the customers with you and leave. It was a big loss for you. Now that is not the case. Everybody has been made dispensable simply because the control of the business, the control of the brand, and the control of the customers is with the digital marketing platform, and in turn with the business owner. It has empowered business owners like never before. And that's a big success of digital marketing for business owners. So these, I believe, are, through my experience, through my very humble experience that I have seen over a period of 15 years or so. I've started to get digital because I was one of the very early users of Gmail in 2003, 2004, when they brought in a beta version. And then from 2005, when they actually started coming up. Those were the days when Gmail accounts, you could not go in and sign up. You had to be invited by someone who had a Gmail account for you to create a Gmail account. I was one of the few people who had the first set of invites. And from that time, when I started, I've been holding on to digital marketing for all these years in some form of way or the other. I've gone through different operating systems, and that made me come up with this very elementary list of successes of digital marketing for businesses. If you notice, my examples are not with examples for, I can see some people are resonating the kind of path that I have charted. Yes, I'm sure there are many people who are more experienced than me as well, but I can tell you one thing. This transformation from conventional marketing to digital marketing has given much more control over people's businesses. You will find more business owners, their faces are being seen. Earlier, only the company, only the logo, only the product used to be seen. Who was the owner? Many people didn't even know. Today, the business owners, they are more involved. The business owners, they are very, very hands on. Their faces are being associated with the business. And that is a very, very big strength, which I think owners should use. We see so many examples of people who are 60 plus, 70 plus, 80 plus, who have reinvented their own young talents that they had 60 years back when they were kids, when they were teenagers, thanks to social media. They've said, I discovered Facebook. I've started becoming interested in my own video blogs. Some people have said, I've discovered YouTube. I put up videos almost once every week, almost once every month. Now, if this can do wonders for an individual person like that, imagine the amount of wonders it can do for your business. How much you can reinvent your products, the way you sell yourself, the way you reach your customers. With that thought, I'd like to leave this particular little bit of exchange of my anecdotes of my experience and what I've learned. And with that, I would like to say that this particular session from my side, in terms of what I've prepared and come, is for now complete. I purposely didn't want to keep it technical. I didn't want to bother all of you by telling you about algorithms and how it works. Many of you will scold me and leave. But I wanted to make it interesting from a very elementary way to attract all of you into social media. If you have not used it, please come forward and use it. If you're already using it, please use it more. It's as simple as that. When you do it, you will know what wonders it's making for your business. And with that, I will stop this session and I would like to invite some questions if there are any. I'm not sure if that's the format. I'll hand it back to Nidhi here. Nidhi?
Thank you so much, Bharat, for such a beautiful insights and sharing your experience. Um, in my family, I was the first one. My husband started Facebook and all, around. First, Orkut was there. He was never there or not. And Facebook was there. Facebook also,
I was
he
on
is.
Orkut.
So, the wonderful thing which happened was he started two years back later on, like after I joined. And yeah, so people say, you're wasting your time on it. But I think once you're in a nuclear family, that's the only way you can be connected with so many friends. And I first have kept Nidhi Gupta, then have kept Nidhi Sehgal Gupta so that people can relate me with my maternal name.
Absolutely right. In
So,
fact, to just add to that point that you just mentioned about how people think you're wasting time, many years ago, when people used to take any book other than school books, it was a waste of time. If you watched movies, it was a waste of time. If you watched cricket, if you took a cricket bat, it was a waste of time. If you started to dance or sing, it was a waste of time.
I've done everything.
Today, see, all of us have done that. Today, what do parents say? That if they are going to, the same grandparents, the same grandparents who scolded their children, they are now saying, Arey, the kid wants to dance. Why don't you put the kid in a dance school with the same white hair they are saying today? And what does that mean? They have changed. They know that yes, that time was different, but they've softened. They've become very soft. They were very hard on their children, but they're very soft on the grandchildren. With times,
Yeah.
they've become so open. They've changed. And the same businessmen, when they were 40, they were so, their face had to be so clean. You couldn't even smile. Otherwise, you're considered a weak person. You're from Mumbai, you will know that. If you smile in
The
meeting,
Panju.
yeah, you're supposed to, that whatever joke they cracked, you're supposed to be with a straight face. You're allowed to only go elsewhere and smile.
नहीं नहीं
Otherwise,
नहीं
you're
पंजाब
considered.
में it's उल्टा. If you don't
Punjab is
smile.
different, boss.
पहले
Please.
पहले हंसते हैं उसके बाद सोचते हैं किस बात से हंसे
Professor will agree with me that
Yeah.
while I'm
What
not
you say
speaking
is
for.
right. What you say is right. There
No,
is
But
no
in
doubt
South,
about it.
it's the
Yes.
same.
Yes.
South Western line, because
Yes.
Marathas are also like this in
Yes.
transfer. So
Right.
it's more like
So,
serious
so
on the
that
line.
means, in spite of the culture or what it is, who is considered a businessman, how he should look like, that has also changed now. Today, you find businessmen coming in, they might be 50, 60 years old also. They don't have a problem showing their pot belly. They are wearing round neck t-shirts. They are wearing jeans. Happily, comfortably, they are walking because they know how they look does not really matter for the kind of business they are. You tell me what kind of freedom this is. The same person 40 years back, their grandparents would have scolded them. And they would have said, what dress are you wearing and coming to office? Don't even come inside. Don't you know you should wear a tie? You should wear neatly pressed clothes. That was the way people were groomed at that time. That
And you know
little
what?
person who was dancing inside the kitchen, today they've become dancers. They have their own YouTube channels. The person
Yeah.
that man who could not cook because he is considered as a weak person, or I'm sorry for the word, but they are considered as, Are you're a man, you will cook also? No, yaar, that used to be ladies' work. Why you want to do? Many years back, this was a word, but today we've
But
all opened up.
best cooking, the words are still men only, not women.
Yes, exactly. Today I'm at my age, and I can say very happily that I love cooking today. And my parents are
And
not
we
at
can
all.
challenge also. We can challenge other
We
better
can
halves
challenge.
also.
We are able to do.
Right. So
Sir, as a
let's
man, I'm going into
Uh,
night time before
yes.
sleeping. I'm not looking at videos, sir. I'm not looking at movies. I'm not looking at trailers. I'm looking at recipes. I'm looking at what videos I can keep my 2-year-old daughter away,
Yes.
sleep very easily. Times have changed, sir.
So with that note, we'll just say a word of thanks, and then we'll start with question and answers.
Sure.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much, Bharat. And I think it's wonderful to have you. And the conversation was so engaging. No matter what, but people needs to think, they need to change. And I think in COVID times, it still was the platform to be connected and stay with each other. Whatever they may say, but that's how the WhatsApp messages were rotating. That's how the social media, the Facebook walls, the Insta for help, for anything you say, it was all flooded and helping each other on the social media, because that was the only platform that you could be connected, because physically it has to be, the distance needs to be maintained. So thank you so much. I think it's a mental transformation which we all would need to think about it.